Welcome back to the Horse Racing Network with me, Izzy Phillips, and I'm joined as always by racing broadcaster and journalist Paul Alster, and we're going to be taking a look ahead to Newmarket's Cambridgeshire meeting. Obviously, it is a 3-day meeting. They've got racing over the next couple of days and today when we're recording, but we are going to be focusing on the 3 big races on Saturday, taking a look ahead to the Cheveley Park Stakes, the Middle Park Stakes, and the whole festival's namesake, the Cambridgeshire itself. So we'll take a little look at the weather first, Paul. Not a lot of rain around, currently good ground. So I think we're probably safe to go with a good ground kind of standing for the start for the whole kind of meeting. And we can maybe assume good, maybe even slightly firm, but it has been quite cold, so you could get a little bit of dew and stuff around early mornings, which obviously adds to that moisture level. So with the Cheveley Park Stakes, it's a 6 furlong race, and that will rerun at 2:25. It is for 2-year-old fillies, so we've obviously seen them around a lot this season. There's some names now that are starting to become more familiar to us as they've been out, and we've got at the top of the market Royal Fixation. We've then got Beautify, Tom Marquand riding for Aidan O'Brien. You've then got True Love with classic old Wayne Lorden back in the saddle, good to see. We've then got America Queen, Fitzeller, Anthelia, Havana Anna, Orion's Belt, and Golden Palace. Who would you fancy here?
Well, I think this is a good race, actually. The market's pretty sweet, isn't it, on Royal Fixation for Ed Walker. That beat American Queen in the Lowther Stakes last time out. So that form is normally pretty strong. So I would imagine that this is the one that a lot of people are going to feel is possibly the one to beat. She's by Palace Pier, who's doing really well at stud. And William Buick's riding for Ed Walker. So, he's maintaining the partnership with her, having won on her at York. Now, you mentioned Aidan O'Brien there, is he? And of course, Beautify is one of a couple that he's got in the race. And of course, Beautify is by Wooden Basset. And I don't know about you, but I was just stunned when the news came through that Wooden Basset had passed away earlier this week, because he wasn't that old, really, as far as sires go, at just 70. He got ill and then he deteriorated very quickly. And he was really the linchpin of Coolmore. In recent years, he's been a real huge success story. So that's a real heartbreak for connections and for the bloodstock industry, because he was passing on so much talent to his offspring. And he's got a colt running later in the Middle Park, so many terrific horses he's produced. Well, he's got Beautify, only just beaten in the Moyclair Stud Stakes last time over 7. And I have to say, she looked to me as if 7 was a trip, maybe even a mile. So I'm just a little bit surprised that they're coming back to 6 furlongs with her. And that makes me think that maybe True Love, the other Aidan O'Brien runner with Wayne Lorden on board, might get the better of that argument, because when she was beaten at 1-4 in the Group 1 at the Curragh in the Phoenix Stakes, turned out she'd gone just a little bit lame. So she had a genuine excuse there, and she previously won in really good style. I think True Love has probably got as good a chance as any, with Royal Fixation as the main danger. Lovely to see Anthelia running in a Group 1 for Rod Millman. That's a great thrill for him and for Hugo Palmer with Fitzeller. But for me, True Love to beat the favourite in the Cheveley Park.
I agree. I really fancy True Love as well. I think that she looks like she could perhaps take advantage of this field. I think that, I agree with you in terms of Royal Fixation. Obviously, quite rightly the favourite. I know we were both fancying America Queen for Richard Hughes, and that was that at around the time of the Newmarket July meeting, wasn't it?
Well, I can't remember if it was York or the July, but
York, that was it.
it was the York. That's right. Yeah,
and,
she ran really well.
She did, and obviously I think at that point we kind of just bowed down to the fact that Royal Fixation really was kind of worth the hype, but I'm still not buying it, and I do think that True Love could have a good chance here, so I'm going to say exactly the same as you, and see where we go.
Great man.
See where we go with that one. Following that, we have another Group 1. We've got the Middle Park Stakes, and it could be quite a good weekend if you're following the boys in blue with Godolphin, because they've got the favourite here with Wise Approach. You've also got the Publican Sun. You've also got Coppel in here, who was the horse, Paul, that won that race, that started in the dry and finished in the pouring rain at Glorious Goodwood. You've also got Hilton Annie, Kansas again for Aidan O'Brien and Tom Marquand, Five Ways, and then you've got Brussels and First Approach, another couple of runners for the O'Brien team, and Havana Hurricane as well. I think that Wise Approach here does look like he is likely going to do the business. Obviously, the market seems to think so. There's a massive differential. I think he's around 11 to 10, top of the market at the minute, and the next best price is the Publican Sun at 5 to 1. So the market's saying nothing beats Wise Approach. I'm inclined to agree, but do you?
Well, if I were given a free bet, I suppose I might be inclined to go with Wise Approach. I'm just not sure. I mean, he ran really well, only just beaten in Deauville last time out, having won at Newbury. So, really a very good 2-year-old by Memas, and rated 114. And Koppel, rated 109, is the second highest rated in the field. So £5 clear on official figures of its nearest rival, Wise Approach. I've got to be honest, even though I'm a Coppels fan, and I tipped for my followers at Out in Front, I tipped him at 66 to 1 each way in the Coventry Stakes at Royal Ascot, and then he did the business again at Goodwood. But he wasn't quite right last time out at Deauville, whether it was a case of him not travelling over particularly well or something like that. I think he's going to get a lot closer to Wise Approach. He's got 7 lengths to find, and he's probably a very good each-way bet, Coppel. But the one that stands out to me as a really fascinating runner is the Publican Sun, because Joseph O'Brien ran this American-bred colt who's bred for the dirt, is he? He's not bred for turf. He's bred for the dirt, and he ran him first time out at the Curragh in a Group 3. Now, that's very unusual. And he very nearly pulled it off, 40 to 1, and came second to Mission Central. So that was a huge run, and it justified Joseph's opinion to put him into a group race first time out. Now, they've given him 4 weeks since then. They're going straight up now to a Group 1. They obviously think that this horse is a bit special. Joseph has booked a Sheen Murphy, which is no bad thing, of course. And I just think that he's completely unexposed. We already know he's got a lot of talent. And I'd say that the Publican Sun is the one I think most likely to shake up the favourite. And I suppose if push came to shove, I'd be with the Publican Sun to beat Wise Approach, with Koppel getting a lot closer than he did last time.
I really like the look of, I would say, just Wise Approach. So I'm going to stick with the boys in blue, but I think there's a bit of a theme that you'll probably find as we go through our next races. And the next one is the Cambridgeshire. So a very, very exciting race, I think. We've got 24 runners. It's a maximum field of 35, so pretty good 24 runners. And near the top of the market, you've got a last time out winner, Treble T. Obviously, last time he was ridden by Oisin Murphy when he had those string of wins at Doncaster. You've then got another for the boys in blue, but this time trained by John and Daly Gosden, and that is Fifth Column. You've got Westridge in here, Fort George, Greek Order, Tribal Chief, and sort of bigger the rest really is starting to go 14 to 1 and more there. One that I have got to just give a little shout to is Dutch Decoy. He tries so hard. This is over 1 mile 1. He's an absolutely massive price at 14 to 1. Sometimes he gets there, sometimes he doesn't. Obviously the market seems to think he won't, but the times when he gets there, he'll be a nice big price. So Dutch Decoy each way for me. There is an absolutely terrible record for favourites in this race, which is putting me off Treble T. So I'm hoping that Treble T is going to drift a little bit and kind of evade the favourites curse. But I've also kind of fancy doing maybe a Wise Approach, Fifth Column multi with another horse that I'll speak about in a moment. But I'm fancying a little bit of a Godolphin weekend. So yeah, I've got a few fingers and a few pies here.
Well, you certainly have. I mean, one thing I would say, though, you mentioned it's 24 runners, which in any other circumstances is a big field, but this is not a big field for the Cambridgeshire. As you pointed out, it's
No.
35 maximum. Over the years, I remember huge fields at Newmarket for the Cambridgeshire. And I just don't understand where all the horses have gone. £175,000 handicap. It's the first leg of the autumn double, as I've highlighted on our website at the Horse Racing Network. I previewed the two legs of the autumn double if you're interested to check that out. And I just don't understand why there isn't a full quota, or at least 30 or more horses. So 24, of course, trying to get a favourite to win in even a 24-runner race is not easy. You pointed out about Treble T. He beat Cash in really good style at Goodwood. I can't see Cash turning it around. And he's only got a £4 penalty. Fifth Column going for a fifth win of the season after winning at York last time out for the boys in blue. And John and Thady Gosted. And he just has not run a bad race all season, Fifth Column. Even when he was seventh at Ascot in the Britannia, he still won his race in his group on his particular side of the track. He was just drawn in the wrong place. So, he's a very good horse. And the Gosdens also have West Ridge. Now, I've looked at this race backwards and forwards and you name it. I think a few horses at decent prices are worth noting. First of all, Tribal Chief. For me, I think he's got a huge chance. He beat Treble T last time out at Goodwood, and some people felt Treble T was a little unlucky in running. I think Treble Chief actually won with a bit more in hand than the half length. And he's actually better off at the weights with Tribal Chief. So I think he's going to have a huge chance at 12-1. William Haggas has got a runner, Treasure Time, who was fourth at Ascot in the Shergar Cup last time out. And it wouldn't surprise me to see that one go well and also attract money, being a Haggas runner in a big handicap. 20-1 at the time we're recording this message on Thursday. But the horse that I think is going to give you a proper run for your money, because he always does, is EBT's Guard for William Muir and Chris Grassick. Lewis Edmonds, remember him winning the Spring Cup at the start of the season at Newbury in April. He then ran really well at Ascot. He ran well in the Bunbury Cup at Newmarket. He was second in the Golden Mile at Goodwood, and then he won the Shergar Cup. And then last time out, still going up the handicap all the while, off 100. He ran very well on ground, soft enough for him at Ascot. Now, he ran in this race last year, and I think he was 6th or 7th, just getting tired in soft ground over 9 furlongs. But this year it's going to be good, possibly even good to firm in places. That'll help him see out the trip. I think he's a cracking each way bet, and if you get the 6th place, is 22-1 each way. EBT's Guard for Lewis Edmonds is just about my pick here on this service.
Yes, I do like the look of Tribal Chief. I feel like I can't really throw out there any more horses, so I'll agree with you on that one, because I've suggested enough of them already. But as a wrestling fan, I do like Tribal Chief, and WWE fans, you'll know why. So hopefully we've picked a few winners for you at Newmarket. And if you were paying attention and do want to know what that final leg of a multi of Godolphin horses is, you get to turn your attention to New York on Saturday night, where the globe-trotting Rebels Romance will return, partnered by previous Godolphin stable jockey Frankie Dettori. But you have got to make a bit of a choice in your multi, because you have also got the younger legs of El Cordoba's in that race as well, and he will be partnered by John Velasquez. So I'm going to stick with Rebels Romance in my multi. So I'm going to go Rebels Romance, 5th Column, and Wise Approach, and hope that we can get a treble up of the Godolphin horses across the weekend. But hopefully we found you guys a few winners there, both at Newmarket and across the pond. And we wish you all the best. And don't forget to like and subscribe.